Can we talk about just something on a macro level that might be hurting your ROI when it comes to being a DFS player? This is a very simple concept that we all fall into, and it's groupthink. And this happens especially in the NFL, where we have so many people touting plays and strategies that we only think there is one way to play, and it might force our hand into negative EV decisions. There are multiple strategies that I would say make sense from a game perspective, and I would say I use them most of the time, but there is nothing you have to do absolutely. Um, and I think if we know when to pivot away from these macro strategies, I think it could help us as a whole. For an example, the philosophy that we have to pay up for running QBs. Um, on its surface, I get this strategic thinking because quarterbacks who run are more likely to hit a ceiling game because they're running the ball. They get more points because they run the ball. They are more eligible for another bonus because they tend to run the ball a lot. But then there are guys like Tom Brady who doesn't run the ball a lot, but when the Buccaneers get into the red zone, he's throwing the ball a lot. So a guy like Tom Brady, who is I don't know, couple $1,000s cheaper, he is what we call the statue quarterback. But if he's going to be constantly throwing the ball in the end zone, and he has the touchdown upside, why wouldn't you play Tom Brady? Because you're following this macro rule that you have to play a running QB. Don't lock yourself into these macro strategies. Take it slate by slate. Think about it on a slate by slate basis. How many times have you guys been told that you can't play a running back that doesn't catch passes and then been burnt because by Derrick Henry? Now, if Derrick Henry, on weeks where Derrick Henry is 25% owned, I might not play him. But if a guy like Derrick Henry is going to get the work in the red zone and he's going to be lower owned, then why not play him? Why not get that edge? Although I know on a macro level that playing running backs who catch the ball makes sense. Um, what else? What other example? In baseball, like it happens all the time, right? You have to play a team in Coors Field. You have to stack Coors Field, even though Coors Field does garner home runs, right? Like that's a philosophy. Stack Coors because more balls go out in Coors. But like, if the philosophy is to play the batters in Coors, I might just flip the script and play a good pitcher in Coors because nobody else is doing that. And big thing, another big thing that I fell into was stacking and then doing a bring back. Guys, if the other team isn't good, you don't have to bring it back with somebody else on the other team. I'll do that most of the time, but if there's nobody you like on the other side, don't feel like you have to force it. You don't, if you like a matchup, somebody going up against the Jets, you could stack said team without playing a Jets bringback. Just for an example. If you're playing college football DFS and you're stacking the University of Georgia, you don't have to bring it back with somebody on Vanderbilt. Like, the only rule I really follow steadfast in like 100% of my lineups is quarterback and receiver. But like, other than that, I really don't follow set rules. And I think if you pigeonhole yourself to a set rule base on each slate, that can hurt your game significantly. You have to just look at it on a slate by slate basis and don't let these macro thought processes influence your decision making. I can say I do something most of the time, but there's moments where it's like, okay, the way I was thinking before isn't going to work on this slate, so I have to change. Or the way the game was played last year, 5 years ago when I started playing DFS, and the way the game is played now is completely different, so you have to change. Don't think there is one right answer. Be prepared to change. And I guarantee you, if you think about it this way, your game will elevate. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy this video, give it a thumbs down. And tell me how I could do better in the comments section below. I'll see you on the next one.